Right, so probably the biggest piece of research that were published recently is we essentially identified what we believe is a completely new disease, and it's called plasticosis. And it sounds like a made-up word, and to be honest, it is a made-up word, but it has a huge grounding in medical language. So osis is a suffix that we apply to fibrotic diseases. And so a fibrotic disease is where your healthy tissues gradually get replaced with scar tissue, which is fibrotic. We kind of understand what that word means. It's a tough tissue, and it's full of a term that we're probably all familiar with, collagen. And collagen is largely a long, strong protein that connects together to sort of build the structure of our body, and cells fill in the gaps. So you can imagine your whole body is a structure of collagen, and the cells are filling in the gaps there. But what happens is, in certain situations, we kill off the cells, and the cells come back, and they grow back, and they divide, and they replace the cells that have died off. And when they do that, they typically actually lay down more collagen. So they lay down even more collagen when they grow back and they come back. And what happens is, the more and more collagen you get, the stiffer the tissue gets, and the less cells that can actually fit in the location where those cells have died can fit. So every time the cells come back, they're putting more collagen down, they're making it more fibrotic, and so it actually fits less cells in. So if you kill the cells again, there's less gaps for those cells to grow back. Now, you are actually all probably familiar with this process, because if you get a scar in your skin just from a cut, you will notice that that scar feels a bit bumpy, doesn't stretch the same, it doesn't quite have that same movement as the skin around it. And that's because basically you've killed off a bunch of cells, and they've grown by cutting or scratching or abrasion. And when the cells have grown back, they've laid down more collagen, which is that protein network which cells live within. They've laid down other proteins too, and it creates a fibrotic zone. And sometimes, particularly in young animals and young people, the cells are actually able to eat away some of the collagen and get back to almost brand new. So babies, when they get cuts and stuff, they don't get as scarred, and they typically can heal really nicely. But as we get older, we get worse at that remodeling, and the scars build up. And so this general term is called osis, and so we have fibrosis, but you will have also heard of cirrhosis, and cirrhosis is this exact process happening in the liver. So if you enjoy your alcohol a bit too much, you kill off all your liver cells, and when they grow back, they lay down more of that collagen and more of those long proteins that build that fibrotic network. And if you keep doing that, then the liver literally gets fibrotic, and it runs out of room for your liver cells. So your liver function gets worse and worse and worse, and this is what we see in alcoholics.